Hello folks, and welcome back to Eerie Storytime. Today we venture back into the shadows of urban legends. In the heart of Ohio lies a town shrouded in mystery and fear, Helltown. Abandoned homes, eerie legends, and tales of the supernatural have turned this once quiet village into a hotspot for urban myths. But what secrets does Helltown truly hold? Let's take a peek into the chilling stories that have haunted this place for decades. Welcome to Helltown, Ohio. Its name alone sends shivers down your spine. For decades, dark stories have clung to this area. They speak of things that defy explanation. We're here for a glimpse into all the various strange reports. Perhaps we can get a better understanding of the chilling reputation. This isn't just any abandoned town. It's a focal point for paranormal energy. The land itself feels heavy. It's like it holds a deep, dark secret. Many people have come here seeking answers. Or maybe seeking a thrill. But some find more than they bargained for when they encounter the unexplained. They feel the oppressive atmosphere. The dark stories of Helltown are legendary. They paint a picture of a cursed place where normal rules no longer apply. Helltown has been said to have mutated creatures, ghostly figures, satanic cults, and even secret government-run experiments. These aren't just spooky campfire tales. For the believers, they are terrifying realities. By the end of this video, perhaps we can sort through the various accounts and decide for ourselves what really happened. The story of Helltown began in the 1970s. The U.S. government decided to create Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Homes were bought, sometimes forcibly. People were forced to leave their lives behind, with some witnesses on record saying it felt more like a quick evacuation than a simple land grab. A few anonymous witnesses reported it was like life stopped in a matter of moments as the people got rushed out of the area, leaving many of their belongings and lives behind. This created an atmosphere of resentment. And it left behind a ghost town. Imagine entire neighborhoods emptied. Houses left standing, silent and decaying. Entire neighborhoods with schools, churches, businesses, all evacuated and abandoned. The government's plan was big, but progress was slow. Some buildings were boarded up. Others were left to rot in the woods. This created the perfect breeding ground for fear and for urban legends. The emptiness was unsettling. Locals saw their communities vanish. They saw empty shells where life once thrived. Rumors started to spread like wildfire. Why were these places really abandoned? Was there something more sinister at play? The official story was the creation of the park. But the prolonged sight of the abandoned and decaying neighborhoods felt wrong. It felt like a cover-up. Whispers grew louder, more insistent. The government's actions, or sometimes lack of action, only further fueled the speculation. These abandoned structures became symbols of loss, symbols of mystery. One of the most terrifying legends suggests an industrial accident resulted in a chemical spill. People whispered about government experiments gone wrong, or illegal dumping by shadowy companies. They even suggested the chemicals mutated the wildlife in the forests around town. The most famous is the peninsula python, a giant snake, unnaturally large, slithering through the dark woods. A product of toxic waste, they claimed. This fear of the unseen was powerful. Then there are the stories of satanic cults, abandoned churches deep in the woods, especially the Mother of Sorrows Church. People claimed cults used these places for dark rituals, for unholy ceremonies. Pentagrams and strange symbols were reportedly found. Animal sacrifices were rumored. The isolation was perfect for their dark deeds. These stories chilled people to the bone. The thought of evil lurking so close. The roads of Helltown are also haunted. Stanford Road in particular is infamous. It's home to the faceless hitchhiker, who many consider to be another urban legend in his own right. As the news spread, reporters spoke to people who claimed to have seen things. Their voices trembled when they recounted their experiences. Many of them had a look of horror on their faces, and genuine fear of having to relive the memories they'd endured. One common recollection was from a man who told reporters about a drive down Stanford Road. It was late at night as he was returning from a double shift at a local warehouse. The fog was thick. He mentioned he drove slower than usual simply due to the decreased visibility on the roadways that night. As his headlights rounded a bend, they illuminated a figure walking on the side of the road. The figure had no features, a pale and empty face, but it looked directly at the driver, who immediately felt chills run down his back, causing him to panic. He slammed on the gas, terrified. The fear in this witness's eyes was real, and he further explained he had to seek therapy and still has occasional nightmares about the encounter, now a few decades later. The people living near Helltown have mixed feelings. For some, the legends are a source of fear still to this day. They avoid certain roads at night, and some sections of the town they have never dared to revisit since the occurrences took place. They tell their children to stay away from the woods. The stories are passed down, generation to generation. It creates a constant sense of unease, a feeling that something isn't right. The dark reputation of the area is strong, and it casts a long shadow over the community. Some residents just want it to be forgotten. However, for others, the legends are part of their identity. It makes their community unique, special. There's a strange pride in folks who have spent their entire lives in such a notorious place. It's a local talking point, a piece of folklore. Now, as always, there are skeptics. They dismiss the stories and say it's all imagination or overactive minds. But even the most harsh of skeptics admit certain parts of the area are flat-out creepy. The abandoned buildings, the isolated woods, and the road closures. It's hard to deny the atmosphere. The legends are woven into the local fabric. All of that said, the notoriety has also brought plenty of unwanted attention. Thrill seekers, vandals, people looking for trouble. They trespass on park property and are generally obnoxious when interacting with the town residents. Helltown's chilling tales have not stayed local. They have spread far and wide, inspiring storytellers, filmmakers, and writers. The ingredients are all there: an abandoned town, government secrets, monsters, and even ghosts. Tell me that's not the perfect recipe for a quick horror hit. Many horror movies and books draw from such real-life legends. The idea of a cursed place, especially one with a government-related conspiracy, is always popular. Are you looking for a place where evil has taken root? Helltown embodies this perfectly. While there might not be a blockbuster movie titled Helltown, its essence is found in many stories. Think of films about isolated communities, where dark secrets fester. Consider how many TV shows and internet channels are out there investigating haunted locations. Helltown played a part in that. Admittedly, Eerie Storytime is just as guilty as the next channel, but again it fits the profile, and even local townsfolk 50+ years later still have chills. Collectively, we are drawn to places with intense energy, places like Helltown. The raw fear, the unexplained phenomena. It feeds a primal need for many of us as we dare to try and understand exactly what it is lurking in those dark places in our world. These are the stories that captivate audiences. Authors from all genres and media have dipped into that eerie fount for inspiration. Today, much of what was once referred to as Helltown is part of the Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Also, many of the abruptly abandoned buildings are gone after finally being torn down. Even the roads have been cleared of the reported abandoned vehicles. Nature has reclaimed some areas. The woods are still deep, still dark. But officials say it's just a park, a place for hiking, for enjoying nature. They downplay the dark legends. They try to present a peaceful image, but the stories persist. They are too strong. Despite the changes, the name Helltown endures. The legends are kept alive by those who remember, and by those who seek out the paranormal. The energy of the place hasn't vanished. The feeling of unease can still be felt, especially in certain isolated spots where the roads still wind through shadowy forests. The foundations of old homes still lie hidden, each one a reminder of the past and the dark tales associated with it. Whether you believe the stories or not, Helltown, Ohio, remains a chilling chapter that is far from being forgotten. Alright folks, that's a wrap on the urban legend of Helltown, Ohio. So tell me, now that you have heard the story, what do you think? Some locals believe it was all a massive government cover-up to hide some kind of experimentation that they lost control of. Others believe it was a widespread chemical spill due to corporate negligence that sparked the sudden evacuation of the town. Then there are those who believe the government simply wanted to open up the parkland and some of those communities were in the way of that progress. Leave your thoughts down in the comments, especially anyone native to the area. At any rate, thank you for joining me on another delve into the shadows of urban legends. Please like and subscribe. Thanks again, and we will see you all next time.